Hey there everybody, this is 22 Tiger Dude here, and welcome to my Black Friday Blu-ray DVD update. That's right, it is that time of the year where I actually show you guys what I got for Black Friday. This year was a little bit different because whereas with the first year I went to Walmart and the second year I went to Walmart too, this year I actually went to Best Buy, Target, and Walmart with my mom because both of us went Black Friday shopping. So yeah, you guys, 3 places. Target is definitely where I bought the most movies. I'll definitely say that. I hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. I hope everyone ate well. I hope everyone created great memories. And also, you guys, I just thought I'd update you and let you know that thanks to my mom who used her Best Buy credit, she actually bought me a new laptop. So I now have a new laptop where I can now edit and all that. So thank you so much to my mom. And also thank you so much to my mom because she also used her credit to actually buy me the movies from Best Buy. The other stores I bought for myself, but for Best Buy my mom actually did buy those movies for me. So I want to say thank you to her for buying me a new computer and for buying me the movies from Best Buy. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and start off from Best Buy. Alright, this is going to be fun. So the first movie that I did pick up from Best Buy is Zootopia. I think Zootopia is such a really great film. I thought this was just another great installment to the Disney films. Disney has definitely been hated out of the park, and Zootopia is just another wonderful addition. I think this is a great film that has great themes and messages. It was a surprisingly deep family animated film that I really admire. I thought the characters were really great in this film. The animation in Zootopia is absolutely beautiful. And the Shakira song, Try Everything, such a catchy song. Zootopia is a great film. I'm definitely happy to be owning this film because I've been wanting to own it since it came out during the summer. Just haven't gotten around to buying it. Well, my mom bought this one for me, but you know what I mean. Owning this film now. So that is Zootopia. The second one is Star Trek Beyond. I like Star Trek Beyond quite a bit, and while I don't think it's as good as Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness, I do still think that this is a pretty damn solid film. It's all about the characters rather than the action scenes. When the action's there, mainly when it comes to space, it's really great, but when it comes to the characters, that's where this film absolutely delivers. I thought the character moments were absolutely great in this film. Everybody from Chris Pine to Zachary Quinto to Zoe Saldana, to Sofia Boutella. Everyone in this film does a great job. I know there's going to be a 4th one. I thought this was going to stop at a trilogy, but I guess it's going to be more than a trilogy now. And I'm looking forward to seeing where they'll take Star Trek 4. Very happy to own this film. I think it's an absolute blast with great character moments and great action when it comes to space at least. So I'm definitely happy to be owning it. The next film from Best Buy is the DVD for The Hateful Eight. And I have to say, for it being the DVD, it has a very nice slipcover. I actually do really like the slipcover for The Hateful Eight. Now, I actually did see The Hateful Eight in theaters, and I actually did like this film. I think it's a solid film. I give it like 3 out of 4 stars. I don't think by any means it's a masterpiece. I don't think it's one of Quentin Tarantino's best films, but I did really enjoy The Hateful Eight. I did think that the film really dragged once they arrived at that cabin. Once they arrived at that cabin, that's when I felt like the film really started to slow down. But then once that mysteries picked up, that's when I was really invested in The Hateful Eight. The cinematography, just wow, so gorgeous in this film. Oh yeah, and I also did feel like that towards the end it just got violent for the sake of violence, to be honest, and all that stuff. A few repetitive things, but it's still a good film, honestly. I think the dialogue's very well done. I think Samuel L. Jackson gives one of the best performances of his career. When it comes to Quentin Tarantino, Samuel L. Jackson is guaranteed to give one of the best performances of his career. Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Walton Goggins, Damian Bashir, Michael Madsen, Bruce Dern, everyone gives it their all in this film, and that's definitely the thing I could say that's the best thing about this film is definitely the performances. Everyone is absolutely great. There's some truly memorable dialogue, and of course this is a very violent film, but for the most part I do think the violence did work for the overall storytelling. It just shows why Quentin Tarantino is such a great director. So although I don't think it's a great film by any means, I do still like it, and I mean, if I didn't like it, would I pick this movie up? So I'm definitely looking forward to rewatching The Hateful Eight. And now the last movie from Best Buy is 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. I actually thought this was a pretty solid film. I actually enjoyed this war film that Michael Bay did, and I know Michael Bay is not exactly a guy that has the best track record for a lot of people, but I thought he did a good job with this film, to be honest. I feel like Michael Bay has listened to the criticisms with Pearl Harbor and Pain and Gain, although I'm not gonna lie, I actually did really like Pain and Gain, but I can understand why people personally had issues with that film. So that's nice that Michael Bay actually listened to criticisms, because we all know how he gets when it comes to listening to criticisms. John Krasinski is really good in this film. Same thing does go for James Badge Dale. He was also really good in the film, and the war sequences, they're very intense, they're very exciting. It does have me at the edge of my seat. So yeah, I'm glad to finally be owning this film now. So those are all the pickups from Best Buy, and now let's move on to Target, which is the store where I bought a lot of movies, so brace yourselves. So the first one in here is the movie Unbroken. I know this film got mixed reviews. It didn't get the best reviews. I, however, personally liked Unbroken. I thought for what Angelina Jolie needed to do to tell this story, I thought she did a very good job. Jack O'Connell, who gives a debut performance, I thought he did a really good job. This being his first film, he really shows why he's such a talented actor, and I'm glad to see that his career has been going well since this film. Cinematography for the film, wow, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And just seeing the journey of Louis Zamperini, it did have me invested, to be honest. It was just overall a very interesting film. I think it's very underrated, to be honest, so I'm definitely glad to have bought Unbroken. Alright, the next film is Hotel Transylvania 2, or should I say Hotel Transylvania 2. Yeah, I actually liked Hotel Transylvania 2, just like with the first film. Although as far as storyline goes, I will say I probably like the first film just slightly more. But when it comes to the sequel, I think I might like this one more for the humor, because I think I laughed a little bit more here in the sequel than I did with the first. But I still overall really did enjoy both the first and the second. I know there's a third one coming out in 2018, and I hope that could honestly be as good as 1 and 2. It's fun, it's cute, it's adorable. It's one of those anime movies that's simple but easily puts a smile on my face, and there's so much humor that honestly does make me laugh. And I love the animation. I like the characters. I thought the voice actors did a really good job, from Adam Sandler to Kevin James to David Spade, Keegan-Michael Key, who replaced CeeLo Green in this film, and of course Andy Samberg. And then there's my celebrity crush, Selena Gomez, and listening to her voice is oh so lovely, but that's not the point. I really enjoyed Hotel Transylvania 2, so I'm definitely glad to be finally owning it. Alright, the next film is Southpaw, which was $5. $5 for Southpaw. That's pretty amazing, so of course I couldn't pass up that deal. I actually really did enjoy Southpaw. I thought it was a good film from Antoine Fuqua, who continues to show that he's one of the most diverse directors out there. It's like nearly every film he makes, he always switches up a genre, and it pretty much does pay off. And with Southpaw, he shows that he can make a really good boxing movie. I actually was invested with the story. Jake Gyllenhaal, he was a man with a lot of problems, but I was still able to get behind him. Forrest Whitaker was really great in this film, and same for the daughter. Like, oh my goodness, the daughter, who went on to do films like this year's Bad Moms and Pete's Dragon, which to me aren't necessarily as good as this. She's proven to be a very good young actress, and I think that she does have a bright future ahead of her. The boxing scenes were very exciting. Antoine Fuqua used some very interesting POV shots to make it look like that you were there. And honestly, it was just very well written. Rachel McAdams, for the part she had, she's great too. Everyone does a great job. It's very well directed. It's very well shot. It's just a good boxing movie all around. So definitely happy to be owning Southpaw. Now the next one is Me Before You. I know there's people out there that have certain issues with this film, particularly with how this film ended, and I don't really want to go into too much details with that because it's a very, very touchy subject to talk about, and personally, I just don't want to get into anything. I don't want anyone to get mad or anything. Of course, I respect those that don't really necessarily like this film, especially for its ending. I understand why they had to end this film the way it did, to be honest, but I thought this was a good film. I liked Me Before You. I thought it was a sweet, charming romance movie, and definitely that charm goes to Emilia Clarke, who just absolutely beautiful and just so charming. I thought she did a really good job in this film, and Sam Claflin did a really good job in this film too. I just thought the romance over here in this film was very interesting. It was very well directed. It had beautiful cinematography, and the music, I thought it was really nice. Especially that song that did play at the end of the film by Imagine Dragons called Not Today. I think that's a really great song. I personally did like Me Before You, and I can't wait to rewatch it. So the next one is The Shallows. And look, let's just get this out of the way. Blake Lively in an orange bikini, yeah, she's beautiful. Okay, there's no denying that. But that's not the reason why I bought this film. As nice it is to look at Blake Lively, I actually liked this film. I actually thought it was a good thriller film. It had me at the edge of my seat. I was actually surprised with how strong they made her character. Like, she goes through a lot of crap in this film. There's some seriously over the top and stupid moments in The Shallows. Some moments, yeah, it does require some suspension of disbelief. There are some seriously stupid moments in this film. I'm not going to deny that, but you know what? Overall, it's a fun movie. I liked it. Hamid Khaled Sira, who I haven't really been a fan of, I thought did a very good job in this film. Nonstop, before this film, was the only film I liked, but now this and Nonstop are films I actually really enjoyed from Hamid Khaled Sira. I mean, the ocean looks really great. The shark, well, yeah, the shark doesn't look that good, to be honest. It just defines a B-rated thriller film. Like, this is a film I could definitely watch, especially once it's the summertime. Like, this is definitely one of those films I could see myself rewatching, especially around the summertime, because it just has that summer feeling. And yeah, just like what I'm pretty much going to be saying a lot, I can't wait to rewatch it. Oh boy, I think I'm kind of scared to show this next movie, to be honest with you guys, but you know what? I'm going to be brave and do it. Please, please, please don't kill me. I respect your opinion if you hate this film. I'm not gonna lie, look, I'm not gonna hold back my feelings, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. One of the things I do with this channel is that I'm always gonna be honest, no matter how hard it is. And yeah, I like Pixels. Sue me. I like this film. I think it's a very fun film. Now, look, it's not a great film. It's not a groundbreaking film or anything. It's not gonna revolutionize video game movies or anything, but I actually think this is a really fun movie. I really liked how they just took these 80s video game characters and we actually got to see them in a film. Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, you just name it. It's really, really awesome. I thought the action scenes were really, really exciting. The visual effects, holy crap. The visual effects, especially on Pac-Man, were just so awesome. The visuals were definitely how the character should look if it was in a movie like, well, Pixels, and, I did like Adam Sandler and Kevin James. Josh Gad, I'm not going to deny, does kind of get on my nerves in certain moments. Specifically in this military scene, I'll say is when he got on my nerves. But besides that, I actually did even like Josh Gad, even if there's moments where I'm like, oh, okay, just settle down, man. Just settle down. And Peter Dinklage, he looks like he's having a lot of fun. Pixels, like I said, not a great film, and I wasn't expecting it to be. It's just one of those movies that I just sit down and have fun with. This was like $5, I believe. So I couldn't pass that up. The next film is The Nice Guys. Wow. This film was awesome. Also for Target, it was only $6. You heard that right. $6 for The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys, I think, is one of the best movies of 2016. It's not a laugh out loud funny movie or anything, but there are certainly moments where it is very funny. But what definitely makes this film so damn entertaining is Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. These two are some of the best duos of not just this year, but just ever. I think they seriously are some of the best duos ever. They were so entertaining. Even Angourie Rice, who plays Ryan Gosling's daughter, she was fantastic too. And I know she's going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming next year, so I look forward to seeing her there in that film. I just really love this film, to be honest. I thought the storyline was very well written. It was very clever. Shane Black just did such an awesome job writing and directing this film. It's a brilliant film. It really is a work of art from Shane Black. Kiss Kiss Bang Bang is still my favorite Shane Black film, but this is pretty dang close to being up there, to being on the same level as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. It was pretty damn close, but nonetheless, I love The Nice Guys. $6, needed to buy it. I just had to. And now, the next film is The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book, I would say this is like maybe the only one in this update that isn't exactly on a Black Friday sale. This was actually $17, but you know what? Because I've been wanting to get The Jungle Book on Blu-ray and DVD for so long, I figured why not just finally get it now? Like, just why not? Because I like The Jungle Book. I may not love it like everyone else. I don't think it's like one of the top best movies of 2016 or anything like that. That's just me, of course, but I like this film. I thought it was a solid movie. It was really entertaining. It just shows that Disney is just stepping up their game with these remakes. And although I'm still not a fan of them having to remake every single one of their damn animated movies, whew, you know, it still gives me more faith in their... I'm actually fine with them remaking things, but I just wish that they would come up with something more original. But however, with that being said, I am still looking forward to movies like Beauty and the Beast, Mulan, Mary Poppins Returns, something like that. So I guess you could say I'm kind of 50-50 when it comes to Disney remaking their movies, because part of me actually likes it, but another part of me thinks it's kind of lazy. It's a weird feeling with me. I'm kind of a mixed bag with it, but you know, the point is that I actually did like The Jungle Book. Jon Favreau, who I know is directing the live-action Lion King, in which, is that really a surprise that there's going to be a live-action Lion King? Like, really? But he's going to do that one, and I think, even if I'm not exactly a fan of there being a live-action Lion King, I do have faith that he will do a good job directing this film, because, man, when it comes to the direction, it's... wow, his direction was really good, and the visual effects are some of the most spectacular visual effects these eyes have ever witnessed. It was seriously incredible. The voice actors from Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Christopher Walken, Lupita Nyong'o, Ben Kingsley, they were all so great. Scarlett Johansson, even though she's only in like one scene, but she's still really good though. And I have to say that Neil Sethi as Mowgli, wow, they could not have casted a better Mowgli. He looks exactly like Mowgli from the animated Jungle Book film. This film is just visually appealing. It pretty much gave me what I wanted, and that's a very memorable and entertaining film. Sure, I don't think it's great like everyone else thinks it is, but I still think it is pretty dang good. I liked it overall, so I now own it, and I'm very happy about that. And now the last movie that I bought from Target is Finding Dory. Now, if you guys know me, I adored Finding Dory. This is one of my personal favorite animated movies of the year. Kubo and the Two Strings being my number one. But I will say that Finding Dory for now is in my number two. I still have yet to check out Moana as I am filming this update. That review will come out whenever I get around to see Moana. But you know, Finding Dory, it's definitely just up there as some of my favorite animated films of the year. I thought this was a great sequel, although not as great as the first film, obviously, but it's hard to be on the level of the first, and I wasn't even expecting it to be on the level of the first. I think that's asking for a little too much, to be honest. That's just me, of course. I think expecting us to be on the level of the first is expecting way too much. I just wanted a film that would really entertain me, and what I got was a great, wonderful sequel that really does stand on its own. It's one of those sequels that, well, yeah, it's a, you know what I mean? Like, it's a sequel, but it has a whole different storyline to it, and there isn't really much connections to the first. You know, it was just another movie set in the Finding Nemo world, but with a new storyline and new characters, and Dory being the main focus. And Dory definitely worked as the main focus of the film, most definitely. I thought Marley and Nemo were still really great as the supporting characters this time around, and I loved all the other new characters we get introduced to, including Hank. Hank the octopus was just so awesome, and I thought everyone did a very great job. And there's a lot of great heart. I felt like there was heart throughout the film for me to really connect with the story. Yeah, maybe it's not as emotional as Finding Nemo, but there's still moments where my eyes can get just a little bit watery. Maybe not like cry, but I could get a little watery-eyed watching this film, especially for one specific scene that's towards the end. And I will say, for an animated film, my goodness, there were seriously certain moments where I felt anxious, like my heart was actually pounding. And I think those that have seen this film can kind of guess which moments had my heart pounding, but I was actually surprised with how suspenseful this film was. And I know that's talking about an animated film, but Finding Dory actually did that for me. It was adventurous, it was exciting, it was heartwarming. It basically gave me everything I wanted in an animated film. That's why I needed to buy this film, and it was $10 at Target. $10. It's $9.99, so that was a great deal. Love this movie, one of my favorites of the year. Will it be in my top 10? I don't know. We'll have to see, but I will definitely say if it's not in my top 10, it will for sure be in my top 20 list. So those are all the Target pickups, and now you guys, we get to my final destination. It's Walmart. And I didn't really buy a whole lot from Walmart. I only bought 2 movies from Walmart. So with that being said, I am now going to show you the last 2 movies for this update. Okay, so the first one I definitely want to show is, that's right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. If you guys know me, I didn't care for the 2014 film. In fact, I'm not owning that because I just don't care for it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't really care for it. However, I'm actually owning the sequel. So yeah, rather weird that I don't own the first, but I now own the sequel. This is one of those examples of a sequel that improves upon the original. I actually had a lot of fun with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. It's just one of those simple, fun popcorn flicks. Definitely a film that I feel is going to have really good rewatchability because of all the fun action sequences and the Turtles actually having more screen time. April O'Neil actually does feel like the supporting character, which is refreshing. And I know people had criticisms with Stephen Amell as Casey Jones, but I thought Stephen Amell was actually really great, and it was nice to see him in a movie because I do enjoy Arrow personally, and I hope to see Stephen Amell in more movies in the future. Unfortunately, this flopped, so I don't think we're going to get a third Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which, honestly, after watching this film, I wouldn't mind a third one as long as it was good as this, but based on the box office results, I don't think there's going to be a third TMNT anytime soon, and oh well, that's just reality. But you know what? At least I have this sequel, you know, this generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to actually enjoy. And also, as you can see, there's actually the turtle mask, which should be very interesting to wear once I do unbox this. And just so you guys know, I am going to unbox particularly the Blu-ray DVD movies on Universal Blu-tubers. So if you guys want to follow that channel, I will leave a link in the description down below because you're going to get a lot of unboxing videos. And then the last movie for this update is Pop Popcorn, Pop Popcorn, Pop Popcorn, Pop Popcorn, Pop Popcorn, Pop Popcorn, Swiss Army Man. Oh yeah, by the way, this was $9.99, forgot to mention that. This was $12.96, so I'm pretty sure that's not a Black Friday kind of deal, but you know what, it was $12.96. I love this film. This film really surprised me. It is the most surprising movie of 2016 because as original the concept was, I'm sorry, I just thought it looked terrible. I really was dreading Swiss Army Man, but however, I gave it a chance. I went in with an open mind, and you know, I know people really wanted me to review this film, so I also went ahead and just checked it out because I know others really wanted me to see it. And then I saw the film, and I was really blown away by this movie. And like, this film just delivers the movie magic. Like, this is why I love movies, because of movies like Swiss Army Man. This film, it really is just, it's one of a kind. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's deep. It's both a funny and beautiful film. And I thought Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe, they were both so fantastic. This film has some of the best cinematography I've ever seen in my life. Not just of this year, but just ever in my life. The cinematography is extraordinary. Like, this is some Oscar-worthy cinematography. And the thing that's a shame is that it's going to get snubbed at the Oscars because, well, you know, Oscars, but I would have loved to see the Oscars nominate this for Best Cinematography because I do think it is worthy of getting nominated, at least at the Oscars. What else is there to say? I've said everything I needed to say. I've mentioned this film quite a bit. I got to say everything I needed to say in my movie review, which you could check out on my channel if you want. I even did a video on Universal Blu-tubers called Top 5 Surprising Movies of 2016. This being my obvious number one. And the top 10 summer films I did with Kevin Falk. So yeah, I actually did a lot of praising for this film. You guys have heard me say everything at this point. It's beautiful, it's deep, it's so well directed and so well written by the Daniels. This is their first film, and man, what an extraordinary directorial debut. It's truly one of a kind. Definitely unlike anything you've seen, that's for sure. For a movie about a farting corpse who doesn't really fart that much in the film, to be honest, it really connected with me. It was what this cover says. It's a wild, enjoyable, fun film. I seriously adore this film, and I'm so glad to be owning it. So you guys, that is all of my Black Friday pickups from Best Buy to Target tell Walmart these are all the movies I got for Black Friday, or in this case Black Thursday of 2016. So in the comments down below, let me know what you think of the following movies you see in this update. Movies like The Hateful Eight, 13 Hours, Zootopia, Star Trek Beyond, Finding Dory, The Nice Guys, Me Before You, Pixels, The Shallows, Southpaw, Hotel Transylvania 2, I know I'm missing a couple, The Jungle Book. And let me know in the comments down below, what did you get for Black Friday? I would honestly really would like to know. I think that would be really fun to read in the comments, to be honest. Once again, be sure to subscribe to Universe of the Blue Tubers, because I actually do plan to do some unboxing videos for these movies right here. This is 22 Tiger Dude here, and don't forget that I will always have Tiger Power!